But in our case, that's not, unfortunately, that is not the case. In the start of the presentations, our esteemed friends mentioned about 613 people of Khojaly who died. And they mentioned it as a single case. But please don't forget that Khojaly is a manifestation of the policy by Armenians to kill, ethnically cleanse and massacre all other people, non-Armenian Christian people. And that involves 7 surrounding territories of Azerbaijan, where no Armenian lived before. They are totally ethnically cleansed. And the same tactics of Khojaly was replicated in Zangilan, which is on the border with Iran, and which was encircled from 3 sides, leaving only one river, Araz River. And around 50 people, to some accounts, just drowned in the river, not to be taken hostage by Armenians. And according to Human Rights Watch report, many people in Zangilan as well were killed at close range. In Agdaban, it's a settlement in Kalbajar, many people were killed, civilians were killed with the same tactics. So the tactics included coming, trying to encircle, and killing indiscriminately as many civilians as possible. And that was a message to the newly born Azerbaijani statehood. If we think 2 years back, in 1990, 20 January, at that time, Soviet forces, they invaded Baku, at that time a part of the Soviet Union, with around 40 to 50,000 armed forces. And they stormed the peaceful demonstrators, leaving around 150 dead and wounding 700. Tragedy of 20 January was an attempt to prevent Azerbaijani statehood. The Khojaly massacre was an attempt to wound newly born Azerbaijani statehood. But despite all of this, despite this hardship, despite this fact that 20% of Azerbaijan's territories are unfortunately occupied, and people residing there are ethnically cleansed, massacred, we still have 4,000 people who are still missing. Azerbaijani state could manage to develop, to stand on its feet, and to make its path of independence irreversible. Now let me give you a quote from Girard Lebaridian, chief advisor to the Armenian president, Levon Ter-Petrosyan, during the term of which the genocide in Khojaly happened. And I'm quoting, "It's very difficult for an Armenian to write about Khojaly. Something unacceptable did happen, something that involved killings and mutilation of Azeri civilians by Armenian forces in Karabakh." So that's very revealing. And let me also touch upon